People of various cultures have a different outlook to things. We know that, isn't it? Like, if I have the genes of an Occidental person who came to the New World, USA, then I may think that America is my country and I own this country. Or Australia, New Zealand or Canada or South America, South Africa is my country and I own it. This is being negative too. Why? For that, you will have to listen to the whole show. Welcome to the AatmaGuru Korakday show. Press refresh. Where, when, how? Of course not on your laptop, but on your one particular thought or practice which is yielding you nothing positive. Life is too short to ponder on the negatives. They better be chunked. So let's press refresh now. The mass murder and the total economy zerifying. You know, these people from Europe, the Occidentals from Arabic world, they had all these fantasies and they had all these extreme evil ways where they would go to, firstly where they would first fight so much amongst each other, like endlessly fighting amongst each other, not a single year maybe going without fighting, without violence, without terrorizing, without bloodshed, without all these, negative, cunning ways of living. And then they would do that by going to India. First, they would want to go to India by going to the west, going to the east, and they would find out about these vast continents of Americas and Africas and Australias and New Zealands and all these countries. And there we all know these things, but we tend to put our head inside the sand when we are confronted with this, like an ostrich. But my job here is not to say the negativity, but my job here is to promote the positivity, promote refreshing ourselves within. So let me little bit tell about the killing the members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to the members of the groups, the natives. And what all I must say about the indigenous people of the Americas pre-1948 and how the Spanish colonization of Americas had happened and the British colonization of the Americas, the Kalinago genocide of 1626, the extermination of the Pequot 1636 to 1638, the Pequot War, and I don't know whether it's Pequot or Pequot, the massacre of Narragansett people 1675, the Great Swamp Massacre, the French and Indian Wars from 1954 to 1963 in Canada. My God, there are so many things. What shall I leave and what shall I choose? Then in Mexico, then the United States colonization of the indigenous territories, Indian removal of the Trail of Tears, American Indian Wars, the US acquisition of California, the French colonization of Africa. These people in Europe, they were not leaving any part of the world. They have made a bilateral, like if there are dons in the land, dividing the land into territories. The French colonization of Africa, in Algeria, in Congo, and in genocide or in German South West Africa. Then Tsardom of Russia's conquest of Serbia. This is just talking about Europe. Then there was the whole Arabic Peninsula with their own evil things. And then there was the Japanese people who would call themselves the excess of evil. Then there is this Chinese thing. Oh, when I say this, I get goosebumps. What can you say about the British, the Dutch, the French things in India? And the generations which has followed the native generations, many of them are still somehow still continue to be the slaves of those European or the Arabic people, what I see in India. And there is, and destroying the whole civilization, destroying the whole economy, not just destroying, making it like zeroing it, or maybe taking it to negatives, to famines. And then it was true for people in Africa, people in Americas, people in Canadas, the natives, the people in South Africa, South America, Australia's, the Maoris, the natives, everywhere. Only the people who were equally, or who could be equally evil, could fight them, like the Japanese did, like the Chinese did. But my friend, do you feel this thing, that we have the genes of people who have done all these atrocities, who have gone through all these atrocities, and now isn't it time for a fresh start? The Gen Z and Gen Y and all these things is backdated. It's a fresh start. It's Gen A. That is what, as AatmaGuru Korakday, I am promoting since 1996. And I have got a lot of success in this and a lot of failures too. But, I must continue, because I know inside our hearts, we are people who believe in love, and we are people who would understand what selfless love is, what is the power of selfless love, what is the power of immaculate love within us. So what is the solution? The solution is simple, very simple. As an audience, be like the elegant swan and the lotus flower. Suck the positive and just vomit out the negative. Cross. Well, even the refresh button of the computer makes the whole system go bunkus. And here it's refreshing myself. Hey friends and loving humanity, do not forget to show your encouragements by liking, commenting, following, loving and sharing this to others, whom you want to rejuvenate. So press refresh.